Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel, and I'd say let's go ahead and get started right away. As you can see on the screen, we have the 4-hour chart, which we're going to be looking at the start. We're also going to be looking at some of the news of what is happening with the crypto world. And as you can see here for the 4-hour chart again, yesterday we retested the support at almost $44,800. In fact, we stopped short. We went back down to 45,000. Sorry, and this is something I mentioned yesterday here on my Telegram group. I said, hey, be careful, Bitcoin has fallen. Important thing is that we don't go below the $44,800 mark, and that's exactly what we didn't do, which is a good sign. That means we remain in this uptrend channel here, and these two lows are the new low is higher than the previous one, so that's a good thing. And in general, we're also going to be looking at a bit later what happened with the traditional markets. Now here on the 4-hour chart again, we had the dip and we bounced right back into this area over here, and then you can see the next 4-hour candle we managed to close it above the 50 EMA line, which is very important. Again, we did manage to go back to our control point at $45,108, which is over here. This is our control point for this drop here. And right now we managed to have a breakout, or we're trying to confirm this breakout. However, as you can see, it's already very promising because we hadn't been able to do that already for some time. Here on the 1-hour chart, we can see that even more clearly that we did manage a breakout. We confirmed it, and right now we are trying to obviously move the price upward towards $48,000, which would be the next target, if you will. However, here we do have to, or we expect that Bitcoin manages to do that. Otherwise, the probability of falling back down to this area of 44 or 45,000 is very very high, and we don't want, of course, to give the bears the chance to do so. For those of you who are day traders, this is something I mentioned before. This game of that the market makers are doing. You see the price get pumped, and you do have to be careful, because if you enter the market here and you find yourself up here, then my tip, and only that's a tip, but my tip is that you either take some profit or even that you close your position, because you don't want to be caught up in this game. As you can see, we have this run-ups that immediately have a bit of a correction to them, and we even had this M pattern that luckily we didn't manage to turn it into a reality. Otherwise, the target price for that would have been around $44,300. But for now, fingers crossed, that hasn't played out. If we now go and look at the daily close we had yesterday, I really like it. We had a very bullish close. In fact, as you can see here, we didn't go beyond our previous low over here. And when the price dropped, the bulls came in and bought the drop, pushing then the prices even higher. And that's a very good sign that that signals that there's a possibility or a bigger possibility that Bitcoin continues to run up to higher prices. Now, if you haven't already, make sure that you do like this video and every video that we produce. Just obviously if you do like them, but make sure that you hit the like button so you can help us with the algorithm, that you subscribe to the channel. It's completely free, and that you hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time we post new content. Now, if we go over and look at the crypto fear and greed index indicator, we are at 53 points, so also not a whole lot of movement here. What is encouraging is that we are remaining stable in this indicator. Now, I also wanted to share this graphic with you guys. This is, of course, the daily chart, and here we're looking at the 250 EMA line, an indicator that a lot of people also like to use. And as you can see here, this line has been both, of course, support and resistance throughout the times. Here, as you can see, before the run-up in the bull run, it was support. Then you also have it as support here, but not for very long. Then we went below it, was resistance twice, and right now we seem to have a retest of this line, a bullish retest above it, and we turn this again into a bullish line for us, or support rather than resistance. So that is also a good sign. Let me know in the comments if this is an indicator you pay attention to. Now, when it comes to the news, we do have an article coming out of the UK based on a press release released by the UK finance minister, and there he mentioned that they plan to turn the UK basically into a global hub for digital financial assets. And one of the things they intend to do is use stablecoin as a approved form of payment, and that's one of the steps they want to take to go into this direction. They also plan on creating some sort of sandbox for the financial institutions to quote unquote play in and see how all of this would work, how it would play out, and what needs to be done in order for a situation like this to come to be realized. Also, they plan to mine a non-tangible token. And basically they want to use this all together as a way of showing the world that they want to be the leader in this sort of economy, that with the cryptocurrencies and digital assets. This is, of course, very very bullish news for the cryptocurrencies, but as I also say with bad news, my advice is that you keep a cool head on your shoulders, because sometimes a lot of this stuff that need to be approved by different bodies of government and so on don't really materialize. So do be very careful. Also in the news from zcrypto.com, Bitcoin exchange outflow volume nears 100,000 Bitcoin per month. And basically what that means is people are transferring out of the exchanges their Bitcoin into their own cold wallets somewhere. And that means that they are feeling bullish. And there's a bullish feeling in the market also for the long term. So for that, we have, of course, this graphic down here. And here it illustrates when in red, when we had that amount of Bitcoins being transferred out of the exchanges, usually there's a spike in the price, as you can see illustrated here. The first one, of course, was in March, or a bit after March, after we had the Corona dump. And there we had a run up in the price. Then, later we see the same situation, a bit of a cool down period, and then again 100,000 Bitcoin average transfer out of the exchanges, and then another run up in the price. Then there's a little bit of a drop here that you can also see illustrated in the green indicator, but then after that, yet again 100,000, and then another run up in the price. And that's exactly where we find ourselves right now, as you can see here, where the red circle is. Right now on the monthly, we have an average 100,000 Bitcoins that are being transferred into cold wallets. So obviously the opposite also happens. Here you can see in the green, whenever people are bringing their Bitcoin into the exchanges, then the price is about to drop, because that means their intentions are probably to sell it. And now back to Bitcoin, and what we can hope for today is that, of course, we remain above our resistance line here, which now has become support. And in the worst case scenario here, of course, that if the price goes back down to retest our EMA lines, that will provide a bounce and catapult the price. Worst case scenario, then we go back down to this area down here, and hopefully then from there resume the run up. And now let's go and look at Ethereum quickly. On the 1 hour chart, we see that we had a little bit of a sell-off, but even on the 4 hour chart, we see that even better. And that's something I mentioned in the videos yesterday. Guys, be very careful because the price, there's a chance that we go back down to this area. And that's exactly what happened. And then, of course, the price bounced up from there. As you can see, we are using our EMA lines as good support. And right now, Ethereum is trying its very best, of course, to get past the 2,000, or the 3,000, sorry, the $3,570. As you can see, this area over here is pretty much an empty area, and I think that once we manage to break out of here, the next stop is going to be $3,800 because again, there's not a whole lot of friction there before we get there. So we have to be on the lookout for that. Right now it's very interesting because, of course, not just Ethereum, but the altcoins in general are performing relatively well when we have a dip on the 1 or 4 hour time frame from Bitcoin. Of course, the altcoins, including Ethereum, drop as well, but then they recover relatively quickly and then remain stable or continue to push even higher. So right now, I don't want to promise that there's, that we've started a altcoin season, but things are looking better, especially if we look at here in the dominance chart for Bitcoin. We see that, we had a bit of a climb up in the dominance here, but again, and this is something I mentioned already a long time ago, right now it is a very good time to look into the altcoins as an investment for the long term option. So of course, it's not direct financial advice to anybody, but that is at least my perspective and my opinion. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thank you for all your support. Make sure, again, if you haven't, that you check out our Telegram group as well, and you join. As always, I'm posting here relevant, current, up-to-date information, things that happen throughout the day that don't come into our video. This is where you get some of that. Have a great day. My name is Basti. Bye-bye.